Coming up next, right here on the Fortminorproject, I reviewed this DVD right here, the WWE 50th Anniversary DVD. That's right, you know what's coming up next? Roll that damn intro. Alright, so as you can tell from the preview, that's why I'm here to review the WWE 50th Anniversary DVD 3-disc set, the one that I have here, and just to show it off on what's going on with the amazing artwork and everything. Of course, always cool with WWE, the 3 discs, and as well what's going on with the DVD. And I gotta say, it's definitely one of those feel-good DVDs and definitely worth the watch and definitely one of my favorites to have in the collection. So I definitely highly suggest you guys to be able to pick this up when you can, either the DVD version, which I really like to get, or as well the Blu-ray. It's really up to you on what you guys really like to do, so I definitely recommend it, and if you don't have it, definitely worth the pickup, and one of the best money I've ever spent practically with this, so it's definitely worth it, and one of my favorites to own in the collection. And I'm not really going to go through everything, just like bits and pieces, and just to give you a feel of what's really on this DVD, and a little bit more of an explanation from my view and how I feel about it. You might have a different opinion on it for you guys, so definitely drop your comments too down below to how you feel about the whole entire DVD. And with the whole entire thing, basically, it is a documentary, which is really great, celebrating the 50 years and just giving back basically to the fans of what's been going on throughout the 50 years, and a reminder of basically what has happened in case you missed it or whatever, and just to catch you up to speed of what's been going on. So it really goes into the beginnings and basically going into like the different territories that WWE has dealt with over the years, and how it slowly expanded itself into what it is today, and basically going worldwide and everything, how it started in the Northeast and then continued on and had this competition and everything. So it's really cool to know about the superstars of yesterday and how they were able to have everything to where it is now with the superstars of today. And it really talks about too, basically, on how things have changed, but not exactly so much, like Boston Fan 79 said in the previous video a while ago, practically from last year. So this is one of my first videos for 2014. Thought I'd note that off, but I digress on that. And it's really cool that things haven't really changed all that much, but over time there is some competition. Of course, it talked about WCW and everything with one of the chapters and everything. Also talks about the Northeast, like I mentioned. Bruno Sammartino was able to get his starts and everything about his time in WWE, which was really cool. We had the Titan Takeover, and it really goes into a little bit of a day in the life of Vince McMahon, which I thought was really awesome. I like that whole deal and everything, and what his day is like, practically going into WWE and everything, and in Stamford, Connecticut. So that's really cool. I thought that was really awesome, and of course it talks about Hulkamania, about him being the face of the company at the time. I thought that was a nice touch there, and adding more to Hulk Hogan's comeback and everything like that for WrestleMania 30. Which I think will still happen too, by the way, so I'm pretty sure we will get that, especially with the 50 years that just recently came out. So I think that's definitely gonna happen there. And also, of course, it then talks about the extravaganza of WrestleMania, how it got started and everything, the whole preparations and everything, and just trying to make it as a big event as possible, so then we can have the other WrestleManias and to where we are today with the upcoming WrestleMania 30 event. It's really crazy that we have 30 years of WrestleMania already, and I would have never thought we would be able to go that far, but it's really amazing that I'm still here to be able to watch it, so that's really awesome there, so I cannot wait for that. Then it talks about Saturday night's main event, and I wish they brought that show back. I used to watch that too. They haven't even shown it for the longest time now, so now we have main event, which, you know, in a way, not exactly the same thing, but it does run an hour and everything, and it's pretty cool, but there was nothing like Saturday's main event. It was basically the NSNL, basically, at that time, so it was really cool to see how those matches were able to be portrayed and basically built up into WrestleMania and had some WrestleMania feuds going into that, and that was really cool, so there you have it with that. Then it talks about WrestleMania 3 basically being in the stadium at the time and selling out for the first time, and the expansion for WrestleMania and how it became so very popular, which was really cool. So we did have that. We had the whole pay-per-view expansion where we had they talked about the Survivor Series, of course, the debut of the Survivor Series, the big 4 pay-per-views and everything, and how the other pay-per-views followed after that, and to have more stuff going into the company, so that was really cool to learn about that. Then they talked about, yes, the steroid trial and how it's pretty much a hard time for WWE at that time, and they were a little worried on what was going on. They had to change some stuff and everything, and things eventually, slowly but surely, got better for them, so that was really cool to learn about. Another cool thing that I really liked too, how they talked about, you know, with Owen Hart, they paid tribute to him and everything, so I really liked that. We were able to get to see him, and that was probably one of my favorite parts of the DVD, so I thought that was really a nice touch, and I thought I would have that as a side note. During the new generation after the steroid scandal, and had newer people get involved, and the new faces of the WWE at the time, that we had the Monday Night War and as well the Monday Night Raw part of the whole entire DVD there. So don't really have to really talk about that since we basically know what happened there, and Monday Night Raw was supposed to be the flagship show, and to have other stuff going into it and everything, a lot of amazing excitement there, other crazy storylines and what have you, and it talked about the war between WWE and as well WCW, how WWE was eventually nervous about the ratings, and they were being defeated by WCW for practically 2 years, which is crazy to really think about. And eventually it talks about the Attitude Era and how WWE was able to fight back and able to win it there and do well, and have that sigh of relief and be able to be where they are today. So that's really cool. They had the branded extension to talk about. They talked about that, which was interesting, and how it is now where we don't have it anymore practically. So that's really cool to learn about that, and the whole WCW and as well ECW roster being within Monday Night Raw, and then that's where they talked about as well with SmackDown, how SmackDown was born, and then how having that different side of competition basically, and having to be like, well, like how it was basically with 2 different shows, like it was 2 different companies, practically, in a way, if you want to say it that way too. So it did talk about that. Of course, the Montreal Screwjob was talked about too as well, so that had to be definitely a part of the DVD. Also, it talked about the WrestleMania stadiums, how we see them each and every year now in stadiums and everything, so that's really cool, and selling out the stadiums and doing well and being very successful on that. And also with the Hall of Fame, I thought that was nice, and having to know about more about the Hall of Fame and giving back to the wrestlers and doing it that way, which is really cool. I look forward to seeing that each and every year before WrestleMania, the night before WrestleMania, and it talks about how that got started, and as well at WWE Studios, how the wrestlers are able to break out into the movie scene and everything, and do something different, and basically it's in the element that where they show that it's not really that much different from what they're doing right now, and they're practically mini movie stars in themselves, so that's really cool. How WWE was able to transform into that, so we did have that, and as well I talked about securing the future is basically about NXT and how that got started and how things are now, and the creating of future stories, which is really cool. Triple H of course talks about it as well, so that was really awesome, and as well just the 50 years in general is the last thing to on this DVD. So I just wanted to talk about it just pretty briefly, not too long. So just short, sweet, and to the point practically. So I know I didn't really coverage about everything and talk about everything with the coverage, but you know, definitely worth to pick up the 50 years of WWE, which is really awesome, and there you have it again, and as well the 3 discs. So I know you guys wanted me to talk about it, so basically my first video of 2014, why not have it as this practically? So well, at least one of my videos, the first videos of 2014, and why not be that? So anyway, let me know what you guys thoughts are overall on the whole entire DVD, and as well the whole 50 years of the company. And it's crazy to know about that. It's been 50 years already, and how things change and how things are really not that much different how they were and how they used to be, but you know, it's been a really amazing ride. So basically, here's to 50 years more, and it's amazing to know that I've been a fan for so long, and we already had the anniversary. So definitely one of my favorite DVDs to watch, and definitely look forward to more stuff coming from WWE and as well for 2014. So there you have it with that, and as well, of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Go follow me on Twitter. Check out the links down below as well in the description box. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video, whenever the hell that may be. Peace.